Level 1. The job posting. You find it on a private forum, not Reddit, not LinkedIn, a forum you had to be referred to by someone who trusted you. The post is 3 sentences long. Facility maintenance, remote location, long-term contract, discretion required. There's no company name, no phone number, just an encrypted email address. You respond anyway, because you're broke, because your last contract fell through, because something about those 3 sentences makes your hands move before your brain does. Within 48 hours, you get a reply. It's a questionnaire, 47 questions. They ask if you have family you'd be leaving behind. They ask if you've ever broken a confidentiality agreement. They ask if you're afraid of enclosed spaces. They ask if you believe the world will end in your lifetime. You answer honestly, mostly. 3 days later, a car picks you up. You don't know where you're going. The driver doesn't speak. The windows are tinted black. 4 hours pass. Then you stop. You're in the middle of nowhere. A field, a tree line, a concrete structure half buried in the earth. A man meets you at the door. Gray suit, no tie, eyes that look like they've already factored in every possible version of you failing. He shakes your hand. He says, "Welcome to Site 9. He doesn't smile when he says it. Level 2. Orientation. The facility is bigger than it looks from outside, much bigger. You take an elevator down, 30 meters underground. The air changes as you descend, thicker, filtered, slightly chemical. The man in the gray suit, you'll come to know him only as Harlan, walks you through every room. The generator hall, 4 diesel units, each the size of a shipping container. The water reclamation system. You'll check pH levels twice daily. The food storage wing. Enough rations for 300 people for 5 years. The medical bay, fully stocked, better than most hospitals. The dormitories, 12 wings, 60 bunks each. The command center, screens, servers, communication arrays, all of it pristine, all of it empty. You ask how many people are registered for this facility. Harlan says 247. You ask when they're expected to arrive. He pauses, just for a moment. Then he says, "When it's time." Your contract is 6 months, $14,000 per month deposited offshore, tax-free. All you have to do is maintain the facility, run daily checks, log everything, keep it ready. For people who aren't here yet, for a disaster that hasn't happened yet. You sign the papers that night. You'll start to regret it in about 4 weeks. Level 3. The routine. Your days have a shape now. 6 a.m., power systems check. 7 a.m., water and air filtration readings. 8 a.m., perimeter sensors. 9 a.m., food storage temperature logs. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., maintenance rounds. Afternoon, free time. Evening, communication systems check. 10 p.m., lock down all external access points. Repeat. The facility runs on its own. Almost. Your job is to notice when it doesn't. Week 1, you find a hairline crack in one of the water tanks. You report it. A repair crew arrives within 6 hours. They don't speak to you. They fix it. They leave. Week 2, a generator starts running hot. You flag it. Same thing. Crew arrives, crew leaves. You start to understand the structure. You don't contact Harlan directly. You log everything into a system. The system sends alerts to people you'll never meet. Those people send crews. Those crews solve the problem and disappear. You are a node in a network that has no center you can see. By week 3, the silence starts to get to you. You're the only person here. 247 empty bunks, a kitchen that could feed hundreds, a medical bay that has never been used. You walk the dormitory wings at night. You run your hand along the bunk frames. Each one has a small placard, a number, not a name, just a number. You think about who those numbers belong to. You start to wonder what they know that you don't. Level 4. The members. Month 2. A car arrives. Not a repair crew. A family. Father, mother, 2 children. The kids are maybe 10 and 12. They come down the elevator with luggage. They look around the facility like they've been here before in their minds 1,000 times. The mother runs her hand along the wall of the medical bay. She checks the seams. The seams are perfect. She nods. The father finds you in the generator hall. He shakes your hand. He says his name is Marcus. He doesn't offer a last name. He says, "Quarterly inspection. We do this every 3 months. Mind if we look around?" You say you don't mind. You follow them. You watch a man who looks like he runs something important, a company, a fund, a country, check the expiration dates on emergency rations like a man who intends to eat them. His daughter finds the rec room. There's a shelf of board games. She picks one up and looks at the box for a long moment. Then she puts it back. She doesn't look sad about it. She looks practical. Like she's already decided that when she comes here, there won't be time for board games. They leave after 4 hours. Marcus shakes your hand again at the elevator. He says, "Good work. You keep this place the way it is, and when things go wrong out there, you'll have a place here too." He says it like he knows something is coming. You log the visit. The system sends you a bonus payment that night. $6,000. No explanation. You don't sleep well. Level 5. What they know. Month 3. You start paying attention differently. The families that come for inspections, and they come every few weeks now, rotating through, they all share something. They're calm. Not the calm of people who think nothing will happen, the calm of people who have made their decision and are at peace with it. A tech executive comes with his team, 3 men, 2 women, all of them in their 30s. They test the server room for 2 hours. They bring their own diagnostic equipment. A retired general comes alone. He walks every corridor with his hands behind his back. He checks the armory, a room Harlan never showed you on orientation day, a room you found on your own, behind an unmarked door in the maintenance wing. The general doesn't seem surprised to see you know where it is. He just nods and keeps walking. A woman who introduces herself only as a doctor, she doesn't say what kind, spends 40 minutes in the medical bay. She inventories supplies you didn't know existed, drawers you assumed were empty. They're not. You start reading the news differently. You start noticing patterns, geopolitical tensions you used to scroll past, economic reports you used to ignore, infrastructure vulnerabilities that never used to register. You start to wonder if you've been living in a world you didn't fully understand, or if these people have built a reality around a fear that isn't real. By the end of month 3, you're not sure which is worse. Level 6. The offer. Month 4. Harlan comes in person. He sits across from you in the command center. He places a folder on the table. He says, "We'd like to extend your contract." Not 6 months, not a year. Indefinite. The pay doubles, $28,000 per month. In exchange, you become a permanent fixture. You don't leave, not for holidays, not for emergencies back home, not for anything. You live here now. You maintain the facility as before, but you also begin training, emergency medical protocols, conflict de-escalation, crisis communication, rationing coordination, because when the members arrive, if the members arrive, someone needs to manage the transition. Someone needs to keep order in a space where 247 people are suddenly confronted with the fact that the world they left behind is gone. Harlan says, that person is you, if you want it. You look at the folder. Inside, there's a new contract, and beneath it, a registration card with your name on it, bunk number 001. You're not just the caretaker anymore. You're on the list. You ask for a week to think about it. Harlan says you have 48 hours. Then he leaves. You sit in the command center alone. You pull up the live news feeds you've wired into the system for your own monitoring. 3 separate headlines. 3 separate continents. All 3 things you've been watching for the past month. All 3 things getting worse. You sign the contract before the 48 hours are up. Level 7. The weight of knowing. Month 6, 7, 8. Time starts to blur. The seasons you can't see change on the surface. You know it's winter because the external temperature sensors dip below freezing. You know it's spring because the moisture readings in the air vents shift. You know the world is still up there because the communication arrays pull signal, news, broadcasts, emergency frequencies. You monitor all of it. You build a picture. Every morning, before your systems check, you sit in the command center and read the world's vital signs. Most days it's fine. Some days it isn't. And on the days it isn't, you feel something you weren't expecting. Not fear, readiness. That's when you know the facility has done something to you. The members have emergency notification protocols. An encrypted alert goes to each of their devices if conditions cross certain thresholds. You have access to those thresholds. You didn't set them, but you watch them. And some months you sit with your hand near the alert system like a person who knows how close things are to the edge. You don't tell anyone this. There's no one to tell. Level 8. Cracks. Month 10. Something breaks that isn't mechanical. A member arrives unscheduled. A woman, mid-40s. She gave a code at the perimeter gate, so the system let her through. Legitimate code, but no scheduled visit. You find her in the dormitory wing, sitting on bunk 114. She isn't crying. She's just sitting. You ask if she's okay. She says, "I told my sister about this place. She laughed at me. We haven't spoken since. That was 8 months ago." You don't say anything. She says, "Do you ever think we're wrong? That nothing's going to happen?" You sit down across from her. You think about the thresholds, about the general's face when he walked the corridors, about Marcus's daughter and the board game she put back on the shelf. You say, "I think people who build lifeboats don't always know if the ship will sink, but they build them anyway." She looks at you for a long time. She leaves an hour later. That night, you lie in bunk 001 and stare at the concrete ceiling. You think about your sister. You haven't called her in 4 months. You don't have a clear reason why. Maybe because talking to her means existing in a world that feels very far away now. Maybe because you don't know how to be normal anymore. Maybe because part of you, a part that's been growing for months, believes the members, and you don't know how to look at someone who doesn't.